In an ordinary market, the network falls into daily life, doubt, listening, and embracing.
Anyone can easily capture the beautiful light and the people within a photo. Together, we create ordinary stories, expressing another kind of hope that shines through us all. Of course, this doesn't come easily, it takes true sincerity.
An engineer who has started 4 businesses dreams of using character-driven technology to make our city even safer.
Our system not only ensures safety, but truly protects the happiness of every family. As long as we can save even just one more life, that alone is enough to make it all worthwhile.
Some people say that couples shouldn't be business partners, but she gave up her job at a listed company to help her husband start a business.
When I worked in a big company doing management, there were a lot of departments and colleagues to help out, but now in every department, it's just me. Of course, it's because of Wilson. My husband, I really help him out wholeheartedly.
Maybe this is my kind of romance.
By taking care of the office environment and personnel management, it allows Wilson and the team on the front line to focus on their work without any worries.
Messing with me.
Answering myself, I remember to lock it.
Hurry up and say, what am I to you? What role do I play?
The best assistant.
Wilson Chan Siu Chuen is an engineer. 5 years ago, he founded a startup company that applies innovative technology to promote the development of smart cities. Smart detection systems are one of their areas of expertise. The security system they are installing uses radar and image analysis to detect if someone appears after a set time. If someone is detected in this area, the system will notify the security personnel.
His repertoire of postures is extremely comprehensive. When I learn on my own, I tend to focus on just one area, but he can take a quick look at all the opinions available on the markets and basically know what they're about. And then for all our programming languages, he can get a general idea just by looking. But basically, he doesn't really know the technology.
Because of voltage issues at the venue, we ran into some obstacles during the installation process.
The voltage wasn't sufficient. When it comes to technical issues, like with the feed for the kettle, I can usually spot what the problem is pretty easily and then just solve it. But what's harder for us is, for example, as engineers, if we have to do sales or marketing, that's really tough for us. Yes, there is.
Wilson's team's technology has been used for safety monitoring on highways, and it's also applied on construction sites to detect whether workers are wearing safety vests or if they're smoking.
A construction site is really big. It could be tens of thousands of square feet or even spread across several hills. So we need more testing, and that's why we've come here to collect data. I always tell everyone, don't call me the boss. In fact, I'm more like a big kid. I hope to act as a kind of tour guide so that everyone can experience more of the benefits of this technology.
Wilson enjoys being the soul of technical research and development and company management, but there's actually someone else behind it.
Our personalities and lifestyles are really quite different. He's much more easygoing and relaxed, while I might be more serious or perhaps even cautious. Hey, who finished this entire bottle and didn't bother to throw it away? It's perfectly fine though, I suppose. Because actually, can we all just sit at this table? Then we don't need to add that other table. Everyone can fit.
Let's all sit together.
It's easier to share the dishes that way. Otherwise,
Diana is Wilson's wife and also the CEO of the company.
actually, all along, in many of the jobs I've done, I've always played a managerial role. In my own company, I'm also doing the same kind of work, but the responsibilities are even greater and there are even more things to manage. What's with the water? I told him to take his vitamins before drinking it, but he just won't listen. He should take his vitamin C first, then have the B vitamins later. When trying on clothes, I still have to help them match everything, right? Because they only ever pick the one on top, you know?
Distinguished guests, fellow colleagues, dear friends, my name is Wilson Chan Siu Chun.
Wilson had always wanted to start his own company. He once worked a regular job while partnering with others to run a business, taking charge of research and development himself. But all 3 attempts failed. The one who encouraged him to quit his job and focus on entrepreneurship was Diana.
My dear wife, what she actually said was, basically, you can certainly do it, so why not just do it yourself? That profound encouragement truly meant a great deal to me. At that particular time, I kept asking myself whether I was truly capable. And when someone very close to you says something so genuinely supportive like that, it really gives you tremendous strength and confidence. This time I didn't care anymore. I gave it everything I had.
He's got the drive, that indomitable spirit, Wilson. But if he were to run a business on his own, his weakness would be that he's not meticulous enough. That's where Diana really covers for him. For example, with those invoices, she can even dig up ones from 2 years ago and remind me to pay them.
Diana was working a job while also helping Wilson start his business. Later on, she even quit her job to fully support Wilson.
I'm his supporter charges ahead at the front, and I take care of managing the company. Everything runs smoothly. There are many ways to do anything, but sticking with it is really difficult, so I think it's worth supporting.
After Diana joined Wilson's company, the business started to grow, and about 2 years ago, they even set up a branch office in Shenzhen.
This one is for handling previous orders, and this one here is the intellectual property contract. They've already stamped it and will send it back to us. I'll give you the address in a moment. In a big company, there are actually many departments and colleagues to help out with management. But right now, in every department, it's just me. About the texture of the mold stid, we actually find a company for that last time. I think they can help. They should have a product design team.
Let's make the first batch ourselves first, then I'll contact them.
This product doesn't fit what they do.
If they make it more refined, I said if it's done carelessly and just rush, then if it gets handed over to the company in a bad state, I'll be in big trouble. When I go back, something will go wrong. That's how it is.
When working with Wilson, he's really impatient as a person. He keeps rushing you or like, hey. What he wants is speed, speed, speed. But my personality is actually the complete opposite of his.
But then the company can't really do anything about him. So there's nothing I can do about it.
Actually, we often find ourselves working diligently until like 11 o'clock at night or even as late as 2 o'clock in the morning. And then it's like, so what exactly do we do now? Huh? Can you still drive? I mean, if you can't, then we'll just stay at a hotel, right? I mean, if we've already decided to stay at a hotel, of course, we'll work for another hour or two first, right?
This husband and wife team often sparks off each other at work, but even more often, they encourage each other through countless late nights of overtime. Diana has always stood shoulder to shoulder with Wilson, fighting together on the path of innovation and technology.
I'm just silly. Yeah, he always says that he is truly a hopeless romantic, doesn't he? Meaning? Exactly. Can't help it. Just have to keep going. That's how I feel. Yeah, it's tough, but when your hard work is aimed at achieving something greater, it feels more meaningful. So, of course, because of Wilson, my husband, I really help him without any hesitation. Maybe this is my kind of romance.
He must have had his own setback.
Wilson grew up in Tuen Mun. When he was young, after school he would stay at his father's hardware factory to help out.
There used to be a row of air conditioners over there, right?
Now there are more restaurants around. Back then, everyone was just doing hardware work together.
This factory building was where I basically live. Sometimes I help my dad cut things, just doing odd jobs here and there.
Sometimes she'd help with the sawing, so I wouldn't have to spend so much time on it. And if something got bent while sawing, she'd help fix it, help straighten it out.
Wilson has always wanted to carry on his father's entrepreneurial spirit, to start his own company and support his family.
It's because my dad raised the three of us siblings all by himself, and I saw how hard he worked.
So
Dad always said that you have to be honest as a person, don't try to trick or deceive others. Even now, whether we're working for someone or running our own business, we still stick to this principle. I'm not like that. That is a fully...
Yeah, I feel like out of the two, they come back and travel with us most. Sigh. Sometimes when Dad hears about it, he drops everything and comes back right away.
Sigh is always that high. Did you take your blood pressure medicine today?
I took it, I did.
Then why is it still so high?
Yeah.
Wilson's dad has high blood pressure and also suffers from Parkinson's disease, so he needs to take medication long-term. Recently, he has fainted on the streets several times, and each time his mum is usually the first to call Wilson.
At that moment, that's when you truly understand what it means to feel lost and helpless. You feel so powerless, it makes you really worried, and you just feel like, what should I do? There's nothing I can do. Hey, young man, come on, one more time.
After personally experiencing the helplessness of caregivers, Wilson decided to use his expertise in detection technology to develop home-based elderly care products. Among them is a radar device that notifies caregivers when an elderly person falls.
Someone has fallen. Please send help. Someone has fallen.
As long as our comprehensive system can genuinely save even a single precious life, that's already more than enough to make it incredibly worthwhile, because behind every individual life, there's an entire loving family. And that family could potentially be affecting several other lives as well, creating a ripple effect. If its indicator light is pointing up, that means it's going up.
Actually, we already have some recognition in the market. Is there a risk that taking on more projects could turn the company from profitable to losing money? Isn't that a lot of pressure and quite scary?
After the product was fully developed, the company participated in a community program, selecting users in need to install it for them free of charge. Not only did this help the users, but their experiences also contributed to improving the product.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Li Yinling is 81 years old this year and single-handedly takes care of her 94-year-old husband who has prostate cancer.
We've been together for 59 years. 59 years. How many hospitals has he been admitted to? Well, I just have to take care of him and do my best.
Li Yuanling's husband has mobility issues, but with the device, she can detect if her husband has fallen while she's out shopping for groceries.
It's this particular device right here. It visually looks like this, and it definitely does not have a camera.
No camera, nothing at all.
First, I told him what the function is. The function is that if someone falls to the ground and doesn't move, for example, for 1 minute, we will call. There are 3 emergency contacts. So this device can be installed in, say, a bathroom.
When you get up, right, I also told people to take it away. We did.
Is it okay for the new residents?
Thank you all. Thank you, everyone.
Actually, he said thank you more than a dozen times already. I told him there's no need to be so polite. In fact, we should be the ones thanking you because you're willing to let us install some advanced technology and provide us with more data, which will help ensure better protection for other users in the future.
Every time Diana comes into contact with an elderly person in need, it makes her believe even more in Wilson's vision.
We really hope that we can help even more people. And whatever hardships or difficulties they're facing, we'll do our best to help. I truly hope we can make a difference. We're probably not very greedy people. We're not saying we have to make a lot of money, just not losing. Money is already the most basic thing. If we can do something for society, then our lives have greater value. Both of us share this same belief.
What they want to do isn't just about products for elderly home safety. They also want to improve the quality of life for seniors.
And to provide certain medical and health services or to modify those services actually requires approval first. Once approved, we can proceed with this matter, right? Isn't that how we achieve our goal first?
The elderly care ecosystem platform developed by Wilson's team aims to bring together resources in healthcare, as well as in areas like food, housing, and transportation, so that seniors can always find someone to help them.
So we need to make a post to encourage some interaction, but you will.
On the platform, you can find professional medical staff, and you might even be matched with your neighbors nearby.
There is a platform that allows them to, just like running a business, post their availability at any time so that those neighbors in quarantine can pay a small fee to have someone accompany their parents to see a doctor. We hope to bring together all of our medical resources to be integrated onto a single platform. That's possible. Is there any chance that I could collaborate with you, maybe with some of your online resources?
It shouldn't be difficult because we are open to external collaboration.
Wilson and Diana have come to a hospital in Shekou, Shenzhen. They want to connect the hospital's online consultation services to their elderly care ecosystem platform. Over the past year or so, they've been continuously reaching out in order to provide platform users with access to more resources.
The problem we face is if you go to a public hospital, the wait times are very long.
Developing an electronic platform involves a lot of cross-disciplinary coordination, which is not Wilson's company's strong suit. Diana, who originally focused on administrative tasks, now has to spend extra time liaising and coordinating with different parties, which has greatly increased her workload.
At this age, it's actually really tough for her because no one has ever done it before and no one has ever succeeded. So how do you feel your way forward when you can't see any direction at all? All of this is thanks to her leadership. Yes, so we are responsible. We are the ones in charge of doing that.
The home alarm system developed by Wilson's team has already been adopted by 15 organizations, including elderly care homes.
For me, it feels like, hey, I've finally taken another step forward. Every time one more person experiences it, that's one more person who understands how technology can help them. So this here is a sensor with our camera. We call it a fall detection radar. As for its coverage area, we've currently set it to 4 meters by 4 meters.
Senior physiotherapist Li Lai Shan has also joined Wilson's elderly care ecosystem platform, offering her services on the platform for seniors to choose from. Not only does she agree with Wilson's philosophy, but she was also moved by the sincerity of the couple.
You know, people say I'm very straightforward when I talk. They speak from the heart to the point their eyes get teary, both of them. And I was like, wow, that's so touching, really moving. It reignited my passion. I mean, if you know my background in social welfare, I've always had a lot of passion. If even business people can show such sincerity and inspire so much passion in me, that's what really moved me.
A lot of the time, the nurses have to call and remind the elderly to take their medication. So on our APV, we've already added a medication reminder function.
Wilson, being an IT guy, sometimes things on a really high level, and then Diana will pull him back down to earth. Without Wilson's big ideas, maybe things wouldn't get done. But without Diana backing him up and keeping him grounded, we also wouldn't feel this warmth and charm. I also trust that when they have a choice between an easy path and a rough one, they'll pick the rough one. Maybe some people think that's a bit foolish, but I'm willing to be foolish together with them.
Even though a lot of people think we're foolish, there are also many who feel that, hey, you're doing something good, and they're willing to contribute their part too. Even a little bit of progress makes us really happy.
So, handsome you today.
Whether the elderly care ecosystem platform will ultimately succeed is still unknown.
Next, we'll move into the segment for our special discussion on technology trends.
However, this team of partners still believes in the power that innovation brings.
So, is there any way to turn your home into a nursing home? Innovation is truly a long and arduous journey. If no one ever takes that crucial first step, then why don't we bravely be the pioneers? Even if we don't actually succeed in our immediate endeavors, perhaps in the distant future we'll become a valuable sample for others to learn from. When I eventually retire, I might even be able to personally enjoy the significant benefits of this myself.